Hey. Hi, guys. Welcome back. All right, Aquarians, I want to do a little different storytelling right now. I want to take a look at what is the life that Aquarius should have or is kind of creating right now for themselves through their life choices. Everything is kind of like cosmic, right? All this week. So this is more like if Aquarius chooses this, what pathway that they're currently on, what are they choosing, what could they create, but then also any blockages to having this life. Now, this is all about the positive. So, what is the life that they should have based off of their life choices if they choose to take these steps, right? So, for this fictional Aquarius, says that they would reach a life of greater internal understanding. Maybe, I mean, this can sometimes be my card of like wounded healer or shamanism, somebody that's on this deeply profound, like spiritual sense of awakening and awareness. This could be that Aquarius could end up, I mean, if they've had a dream or a goal of meeting their truest self, sometimes that goes along with profound enlightenment. And with that profound enlightenment and like really, really high vibrational energy, it's like opening up of spiritual gifts. We could have a character that's about to become very serene. Aquarius's life path may take them to, I mean, maybe they will go live up on a mountaintop somewhere and, just kind of live quietly or become a teacher, become a great healer. I could see Aquarius moving into this role of like spiritual or psychic healer. I could see them shifting into an energy of very high vibration. Here they are all dressed in white, sitting in an amethyst crystal throne. Okay, so this Aquarius is very much attaining internal spiritual harmony, peace, and like love. But I almost think that this is somebody who could become like a keynote speaker. They could become a teacher. I hate the word guru, but I'm going to use it right now, but I mean it in a really nice way. Not as like a fake guru who stands there and pretends to be holier than thou when in fact they're just there for the money grab. No. This is like really sincere. And of course, there's always sincere in amongst just the money grab, right? That exists in everything. But anybody who wants to be a leader and wants people to follow them, that sometimes draws more people who shouldn't have power that crave it. That's not what we're talking about. This would be an Aquarius who it might be just very, very sincere for them that if they are awakening to some kind of internal peace, some internal love, they may be someone who's going to start attracting a lot of people toward them because of that sense of peace that they exude. We have an Empress in the reverse as well. Look, I'm not saying that Aquarius is trying to be like, well, guess what? I'm a more better spiritual person than this other person. But it does feel like I'm going to say it this way, but it sounds really corny, that Aquarius's goodness will vanquish their foes, or it will make it very obvious that Aquarius truly is a high vibrational person, and it will be visible to all who see them, especially if there's been someone else who has been jealous of Aquarius, who has been vying for something, who's been trying to take, the life away that Aquarius is entitled to have. It will become very obvious to others, like this, I'm glad I went ahead and made that statement, like that I wasn't talking about like a fake guru, somebody who pretends to be a spiritual leader when really they're just there for the money grab and they just are shameless self-promoters and everything is about, you need to listen to me because I've got all the answers. There's nothing that turns me off more than somebody who says, you need to do this. I don't like that. I think characters get to choose what they want. And even in this story where I said, the life that Aquarius should have or could have, it's just an option. It's a timeline that's open to a character should they choose to want that for themselves. And of course, this is fiction. This is choose your own adventure storytelling, right? But for this character, of course, they get to choose that if they want it. But I love the fact that in this storyline, the authenticity that I think is going to be really on display from Aquarius, without meaning to, I think Aquarius's authenticity is going to be held up against this person's inauthenticity. And I believe that's the greatest way to quote unquote vanquish a foe, is to just be our best self. And there will be a moment coming where something really beautiful that Aquarius does that's really sincere, that's probably done quietly, is like the most powerful thing that really shows the true nature of somebody that has been either opposing Aquarius or gaslighting or accusing Aquarius of this or that, or seeing themselves as Aquarius's like adversary. I think it's going to be the moment where it's like, oh my God, I'm nothing like Aquarius, am I? I'm petty, I'm selfish, I'm jealous. Either other people are going to see that of this. This could be a Libra Taurus. This could be a jealous boss. This could be a jealous, it could be a jealous feminine. Sometimes, unfortunately, that can be family members, mother figures. It's interesting because this would be somebody who might technically hold a higher position of authority than Aquarius does, and yet it could be an ex too, a karmic. This could have been a lover at one point, but this is somebody who wants all the attention on them, and they felt very like jealous, or they always wanted it best Aquarius. And this is them recognizing, and other people recognizing, oh my gosh, Aquarius is actually the person that maybe really truly is either the innocent in this, or they have such a much higher vibration. I think Aquarius is going to win minds, hearts, friends, relationships, people that will see the difference between Aquarius and this Empress in the reverse. We also have this Knight of Wands. I just think that Aquarius's next chapter of their life is going to be one of excitement and freedom, maybe freedom from, this definitely feels like they had been hurt by somebody. Maybe this was a jealous ex who is going to be like really seeing them. Aquarius has come across as both masculine and feminine in this, by the way. And it never matters to me what gender we're talking about anyway, but this could have been a very toxic, very jealous ex who is finally realizing what they lost. They're finally seeing Aquarius as like, why was I demanding, or why did I gaslight them? Why was I always trying to treat them like they weren't enough? All I can say is that could be something that, whether or not Aquarius knows it, that is kind of like a settling of the scores here. But Aquarius themselves is going onward to have like such a wonderful and exciting next chapter. They have a lot of options and opportunities. I feel like Aquarius's life is about to get a lot happier, a lot brighter. There's new friends, possibly new companions, a new sense of like, I feel like people are really going to show their respect for Aquarius, and it could feel really, really good. It could be something that Aquarius never expected to have, like, friends all of a sudden that surround them, or people that obviously admire them. I think Aquarius is like really intelligent and has a lot of different hobbies, a lot of different interests as well. They could just feel very energized, very excited, have some major breakthroughs. I think everything in Aquarius's next chapter of life is like, I'm not even picturing or worrying about people that think of me as an adversary. That's not for me to care about. It's none of my business what other people think of me. I'm just going to go ahead and keep doing my thing. I don't really pay much attention to who likes or doesn't like me, because I just got to keep doing what I do. That is where the core of Aquarius's success is coming from. Yes, an ex may see Aquarius like just having this massive glow up. I do think that could be like, oh my God, Aquarius, literally people are falling at Aquarius's feet. I don't know if Aquarius is going to notice this so much, but we definitely see it's a whole new era of life for Aquarius with that Wheel of Fortune. So many things. It's almost like they were wronged for quite a long time, but they didn't get pouty about it. They just kind of were like, oh, wow, some things really hurt. I think I'm just going to quietly try to heal my heart, and quietly try to work on, becoming a more loving person, and quietly just keep trying to figure out what I believe in. Not worry about the people who've hurt me, because honestly, I don't know why they did that. I feel like Aquarius like really took one on the chin and just decided to kind of quietly heal. And that just is, it's showing so much integrity, so much depth of real personal character and strength. And that is now like, this is where the rewards are coming. Somebody who did Aquarius very, very wrong, they are the loser in this equation. And it is Aquarius who's about to have a lot of love and opportunities coming in. Four of Pentacles is in the reverse, and the Lovers is in the reverse. I would not be shocked at all if Aquarius doesn't hear from somebody that finally says, I blew it with you. I was jealous of you the whole time I was with you. This could have been a lover or somebody they were married to who was always jealous of them, which is a very weird head trip to have a partner that loves you also be jealous of you. But in this storyline, that's what it looks like. And it almost feels like there will be this moment where whomever that Empress in the reverse represented, that karmic energy, they know they were a lover. And it says, or maybe this is somebody altogether different, but it feels like people are coming in droves to like arrive at Aquarius's doorstep to kind of be like, I blew it with you. I can admit that now. I know I did. We have a 5 of Wands with the Page of Pentacles. People who have thought nonstop about Aquarius are coming forward, some for new offers, some for apologies, some for like a new sense of humbleness or wanting to tell Aquarius that they have seen kind of like what Aquarius's worth is. This is a new offer coming in. Somebody either wants Aquarius to come work for them. They might be offering a very sweet deal. This could be come live in the castle, come live abroad, come work for this company, we'll pay your housing. I would not be shocked at all that Aquarius starts to have this flood of people coming to their door. Like I said, some for offers of, apologies, some for just full accountability, and others to offer something. This could be a new lover as well. It's a new beginning, but this is somebody very, very, very loyal, right? To me, it looks like a completely new lover is on the horizon. Somebody who's thought about Aquarius for a long time, but it's just now that they feel brave enough to come in. This person could live in a very nice house. They may have a lot of ability to take Aquarius with them. They may travel a lot or something. They may say, will you take some flights with me? Hey, do you want to go to Disneyland with me? I mean, this could be somebody who literally like the first date is to get on a plane or something. It could feel very movie-esque. But this is all because of the way Aquarius has handled themselves. Let's take a quick peek at any blockages, because I think that's important also. Anything that could block Aquarius from having this. And now this is all on Aquarius's side. So kind of the universe's message to Aquarius is don't be looking for the losses. Don't start thinking like, oh, I definitely went through some experiences that were hurtful and I kind of am just out here on my own. And what I've learned is like, I should just stay out here on my own. Aquarius has way too much to offer. I respect the fact that they went out and they healed themselves in this story, but I love the fact that the universe is reminding them, yes, but baby, don't expect to stay a hermit. That's great that you did that deep inner healing. That's great that you found that beautiful side of yourself, but don't imagine that now where you belong is somewhere out in the darkness by yourself, because you don't. We've got the High Priestess here in the reverse as well. It also says another blockage to having all of this beauty come into Aquarius's life is if Aquarius is to lean too heavily into this idea that, hey, I can always tell how things are going to go. A High Priestess, especially, upright, says, I sense things. Sometimes in the reverse, it's like, I sense it, and therefore I'm going to tell you I already know how the story ends. This says, no, you don't. It reminds our character, don't get too tangled up in thinking that you already can predict how your life is going to go, because you do have free will, but so too does everybody else. And people can surprise us, and people can be motivated, and they can be inspired, and they can come forward and offer things. But if you insist, I already know how my story goes, the universe says, no, that might be you stubbornly rejecting amazing opportunities. So that could be a blockage. Don't assume you know how everything's going to go. I always say, we have the devil. I always say the High Priestess is like, if you have like an injury and it's like, oh, when the weather gets bad, my shoulder always aches because of an old injury. That's fine. You can say you sense something, but you can't really tell just how much rain is actually going to fall, how many inches, or what part of town that rain's going to fall in. High Priestess can tell some things, but you can't tell the particulars. It says, yeah, use your intuition, but don't say my intuition is equal to having, prophetic visions of the future, because everybody has free will. So every timeline that we think could always change, and could always change for the better. So don't block anything. And with that Devil card, there's also, the other thing that could block things is fear. If Aquarius is like, look, I just want to stay alone and never deal with anybody because I'm just afraid of getting disappointed again. The universe is like, oh, darling, don't let fear block you from all of the beautiful people that want to, interact. And that's so said with such gentleness, because this does look like this Aquarius has known plenty of disappointment, especially if somebody was like rudely jealous of them. I have to say, that person that was jealous may still always be jealous or may always still be toxic, but that doesn't mean that that's how every person in Aquarius's life will be. So there's a lot of positive outcomes up ahead, and definitely like a whole plethora of new people coming in to Aquarius's life with new offers. And there's that one offer we don't want our Aquarius to miss out on, the one with the Page of Pentacles. That's the loyal offer coming in. All right, you guys, I'm going to leave this here. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for giving it a thumbs up and subscribing. Take care. Bye.